and welcome back to this, the latest episode of Lisburn Distillery Television. We have a lot to get through in today's show, including our featured game highlights from last Saturday's home game against Limavady United. We also have brief highlights from our game against Newington, as well as player interviews with Chris Getty and our Dunville's Whisky Player of the Month of November, Timmy Clarke. Let's kick off then by looking back at some brief highlights from our recent game against Newington, which was played at New Grosvenor on Saturday the 30th of November. Newington arrived at New Grosvenor buoyed up at having recently made the Steel & Sons Cup final, so this was always going to be a tough challenge for the Whites. Let's see how they get on. Here's the highlights. So then, positives and negatives from the Newington game. The positives, of course, being the clean sheet and another point added to our league tally. The negatives, well, once again our failure to find the net despite having plenty of the play. This is something which we do need to address and something which I know manager Stephen Hatfield is already working very hard on. So hopefully sooner rather than later the goals will continue to flow once again. After the Newington game, I spoke to defender Chris Getty on his thoughts on that game and also our next game, which is to be against Limavady United. And here's what Chris had to say. Chris, we're on the back of a 0-0 draw against Newington. Point gained or 2 points lost?
2 points lost. Positive thing, we're getting clean sheets again. We just need to sort it out at the other end. Hopefully that'll come in a few weeks. Training's picked up, so we just need our forward guys for once to put the ball in the net, including ourselves from myself from corners. I'm expecting a lot more than we've got only one goal this season. So I'm expecting a lot more.
You mentioned there about a clean sheet. That's, as you say, the defence seems to be really starting to gel now. That must be very encouraging.
Yeah, it's good. We've sort of got a settle back probably for the first time for most of the season. Most of our squad's back fit now, so it's competition for places. I think that's helping.
Okay. And then looking ahead to next week, then we've got Limavady United home. Need to get a few wins on the board, really.
Yeah, we could do really starting to pick up points. Yes, performances are picking up, but in the day, points win prizes. Performances don't. Hopefully, in the next few weeks, or we could be finding ourselves sort of fighting mid-table, and that's not where any of us want to be.
And personally, are you settling in well to the club?
Yeah, it's been great. Club's got plenty of history. All the lads have been super since they've settled in. And I think that, to be honest, not just myself, but we've quite a new squad there. And if you're probably looking back on it now, it's probably only taken us to now to start gelling.
Yes, okay.
And hopefully, now that we're gelling together, performances and mostly importantly points will start to come.
Time now for our featured game this week, where Limavady United were our opposition at New Grosvenor last Saturday. Having suffered relegation from the Championship last season, the Limavady Roadsiders have struggled to adapt to life in the Premier Intermediate League, although by all accounts they've been playing some decent, attractive football. As for Distillery, the Whites went into this one determined to get back to winning ways. So let's see how the game panned out on the day. Here's the highlights from that one. So a smiling face can only mean one thing: 3 big points for the Whites. Yes, at times we rode our luck, we would have to admit that, but 2 decent finishes from Kevin Braniff saw us home, especially that free kick, which was top drawer. If we look now at the updated league table after the Limavady game, we can see the Whites have now moved up into 5th place in the standings, only 6 points behind the leaders Anna United, who incidentally are our next league opposition, albeit not for a few weeks. Time now to hear from the November Dunbull's Whisky Player of the Month, which was deservedly won on this occasion by defender Timmy Clarke. David Hunter caught up with Timmy after Saturday's game against Limavady to get his thoughts on winning the award.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the November Dunbull's Whisky Player of the Month. I'm delighted to say that Timmy Clarke was the winner in November. It's Timmy's second award since we started out, with the award sponsored firstly by Ecklenville and of course then by Dunbull's, the wonderful whisky that they produce. Timmy, congratulations first of all. You've had a great month. You came on as a sub against Darlington, the first game of the month, and you haven't looked back. You must have been, I think, enjoying your football this month, or last month rather.
Yeah, I think like most of the boys have been enjoying it. I know we really haven't scored as many goals as what we should be doing, especially with the players we've got, but you know, I think 2 clean sheets, then obviously today winning 2-1 and stuff.
Yes,
but I think
okay.
Is it 3 clean sheets? Is that
It would be
3 clean sheets?
yes,
So I think that like it says everything. Like the back 5, we're not conceding. Okay, we haven't scored that many, but at least today we went out and got the win, which was important for us to get sort of back up in the league. So
yeah, that win today takes us further up the table. Still a long way to go. Just reflecting back on your month, first of all, you had a good month. As I say, you come on against Darlington as a sub. You really got into your stride. Now I'm asking you to cast your mind back, and 12 months ago you had a hip injury.
Yeah.
I mean, how difficult was it for you at that time? Now you're back, if you like. Well, as I said to you earlier, you're probably back on top form again, Timmy.
yeah, it wasn't that difficult. It was difficult not playing for 5 or 6 months and then trying to get back to playing. But I always have wee niggles in it. But it's just one of them things. Just get on and play with it. But yeah, I think I'm enjoying my football again. I think as I said, you look at the back 5. I think the back 5 are enjoying the football at the minute because we're playing well as a unit. Just the goals will start coming. So yeah.
Okay, hang in there.
Yeah, hang in there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations on the award.
Yeah,
well
you.
done, well
Cheers.
deserved. We'll be back in January with the next award. Until then, first of all, our thanks as always to Shane Braniff and his team down at the Ecklenville Distillery on the Arch Peninsula. They, as I say, they've backed this award now for a number of years, and we're really delighted about that. In between now and then, of course, we have Christmas coming up, and just if you have anything you still wish to purchase, well, the shop at the distillery is open Monday to Friday. You'll find the opening times on their website. You'll see Timmy's got the wonderful 3 crowns. You can pick up more of the award-winning Dunbulls there. Just on a personal note, if you are down in the shop, have a wee look out for the Weaver's Gin. Thank you very much, a Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year, and we'll be back in 2020.
So that's it from this edition of LDTV. Just before we go, however, a reminder that the Whites' next game sees us return to intermediate cup action when we take on Kilmarnock in the second round of the competition. That game will be played here in New Grosvenor this Saturday, that's December the 14th, with kick-off at the earlier than usual time of 1:30 p.m. In closing today, just to say a massive thank you for watching today's episode of LDTV, and indeed for your ongoing support for Lisburn Distillery Football Club. Hopefully we'll see you all again next time round. Until then, come on you Whites. Bye for now.